Most people in life eventually go through something called a relationship, a romantic relationship. Generally, it means they are spending a lot of time with one person with whom they have a very deep connection, and also are engaged in a sexual relationship. The thing is, how exactly does this happen? How do these two people meet? Because in general, they are not acquaintances, not best friends, not people you've been with before, essentially strangers. So how can these meetings occur that turn these strangers into the most important people of your life? What are the conditions not to remain lovers, but to become? How does it all begin? Well, that's what I wanted to find out. So I went and asked some people about how it was for them. How did you meet your girlfriend?
L'ho conosciuta nella mia università, in modo molto casuale.
In the class, started to talk. That's all.
Actually a party, some probably masquerade party.
Houve uma noite que fui sair e fui beber uns copos à baixa e vi-o em Faro. Estava lá, nunca o tinha visto na minha vida.
In front of the toilet in Dragon downstairs.
At school.
But he was
working on a prototype.
So how can people meet? They have to be in a kind of, not a group of friends, but the same workplace or something. For same workplace, or they study in the same school, probably the same class. They live in the same dormitory. Anything where their presence, while not known directly, is kind of a constant, in the sense that even without talking to them ever, because you've seen them around so much, that's an excuse to talk.
I met him on the Scouts, at the Scouts.
Well, it was in the same class with me.
Okay.
In Warsaw.
And I got it was a carving studio in a way, but it's not actually a studio, it's just a place for carving, and he was working there.
The second, I think, is the magic moment. You know, everyone meets people in random situations. There's some kind of catalyst event, not very dramatic, and that makes people just talk when they meet.
So I went to a coffee shop and just sat, and then some girl appeared. She was crying, and I asked what's up. She told me that she broke up now, and that's how we met.
Well, we were both queuing, we were both waiting to do our business on the toilet. So we were just waiting there, and then we just started to talk, and then afterwards I went to her table where she and his friends were sitting, and then...
And actually it was really funny, because at the beginning I didn't like him, and after I was in the water and I was almost getting drowned, and he saved me.
Bia met her ex-boyfriend at the Scouts. Again, same place of work, during the summertime, seeing this person around, and also she mentioned that before meeting him, she didn't like him very much, which also I look at it as a sign of attraction, because it provokes a reaction. People, you only remember, and might be, unbeknownst to your knowledge, attracted to people who either you like after a bit of exposure to them or hate. That means they're not neutral in your mind. That means they cause emotions.
Yes, and I got in and I was like looking at him and who's that dude? He was so confident and so cocky. I didn't like him at the beginning.
Aren't, relationships and by association, copulation, reproduction linked with instinct more than if you think someone is interesting? We must remember that we are on Earth the only reproductive animals who can speak. All other animals follow some kind of other means to generate attraction. I don't know what are the rules if a lion just looks at the lioness and in her mind there's some kind of process, but isn't that the same exactly as humans?
E vi-o, achei piada e comecei, e ele também me achou piada a mim, e começámos os dois a olhar um para o outro e depois
Isto
mais
na
tarde,
rua?
não, foi à noite, assim na rua, no bar.
Ok, sem ter dito nada. Ok.
E depois, algum tempo mais tarde...
Mas falaram
amigos.
nessa noite falaram?
Não, claro que não.
Ok.
But before that, I saw him once. Yes, again, he was very, very cocky. He was talking with the teachers, and every teacher was like, "Oh my goodness, he's so smart. He knows so much." Okay, whatever.
Lei mi ha visto in accademia, all'università, ha chiesto agli amici di me informazioni su di me e mi ha aggiunto su Facebook.
Also interesting in the sense that Facebook, mobile phones, this new technology that, ends up being a definite factor in modern human relations. How people can, in an indirect way, get to meet the people that they were attracted, not confronting them head on in real life.
Then we got to know each other. We exchanged our numbers.
We're talking more, and I think not even exchanging telephone numbers yet.
Estava nas Caldas e
Na escola.
na escola, exato, e ela adicionou-me no Facebook, foi isso, não conhecia de lado nenhum, e depois perguntei-lhe quem é que ela era, ela disse que era estudante da mesma escola que eu, e que conhecia muita gente e que tínhamos alguns amigos em comum e entretanto tomámos uns cafés.
Tiago met his girlfriend that, they were from the same school, the same university, and she added him on Facebook. He didn't know who she was, and they talked about it on Facebook, got to know each other, and they then saw each other in real life and had mutual friends, which is also sometimes very important to have a security. A total stranger is also very enticing, but some mutual friends sometimes makes the flow of attraction better.
Algum tempo depois falámos porque tínhamos amigos em comum, porque a minha melhor amiga era namorada do melhor amigo dele. E depois conhecemos, ele depois deixou a namorada e pronto, foi assim.
Also, he had a girlfriend, so that attractive spark isn't stopped by your current romantic situation. It's still there. You can ignore it and still be with your girlfriend, but it's there.
E niente, all'inizio io avevo un'altra ragazza, cioè io frequentavo un'altra ragazza, però lei è molto speciale, cioè l'ho capita subito questa cosa. credo di essere pure innamorato, direi.
And we were meeting in school. And now, at that time, he had a girlfriend. And I found out about her, and I said I'm not gonna step forward because of his girlfriend. And after a while, he broke up with his girlfriend, and he started calling me.
Eu tinha namorada, deixei de ter namorada e pronto.
And the next time we met, it was the old Café Mienza.
By chance?
By chance, yeah. We did not know like how to contact each other. Then we met just by chance again, and we had a beer together again and talked, and there we exchanged telephone numbers and email addresses.
And of course, they met again by chance, because chance, like mystery, is also, I think, a big thing for people, that the more chances, the more coincidences there are in something, the more value it appears to have, the more exciting it is.
And I wanted to drink some coffee, but I haven't anyone to do it with. So I went to a coffee shop and just sat. And then some girl appeared. She was crying.
In fact, you could say that it's not actually about the dates after the meeting, the ones to get to know the other person. Those go in a pretty traditional or invisible manner. They work kind of just as a formality to excuse the randomness of the first meeting, to vindicate it. But I do believe that everything that comes after the first spark, the first meeting, the tone is set by that first meeting.
Però se proprio vuoi sapere come la cosa si è evoluta, non lo so.
We start getting more used to each other, and we are connected somehow, and in one camping we start dating.
I invited her and we stayed in a hotel, and then it started.
We met each other, so we went to some park for a date. Then we kissed each other first time, and we just started to be with each other.
Começámos a ir ao café, essas coisas, íamos às vezes passear à praia, à tarde, essas coisas, e depois pronto, apaixonámos um pelo outro, e foi assim, naturalmente.
So, and then we met again and again and again, and one day we said, oh man, let's fall in love.
Tomamos cafés, conhecemos melhor.
Both did not want right now at that moment in the relationship, but somehow after just meeting and having maybe a beer together or coffee, we just somehow felt after 2 months that's maybe something really serious, and since then we actually live together.
So in conclusion, basically, knowing this, you should know that at any moment in your life that could happen, the spark. You could follow through with it or not. And you shouldn't think about if people are close to you or if you like them very much in that way, because the attraction spark is beyond that. It's a different thing, a different kind of energy. It makes no rational sense. So if you find the next time you're at the supermarket or a coffee shop and you lock eyes with someone and they look back at you, think about it. That could be the love of your life. right there. Or not.